2K Sports can't wait to get some NBA action going. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. The Houston Rockets come into this one following a loss to the Memphis Grizzlies. And boy, they really got humiliated at home. They got flat out dominated in that game, guys.
Yeah, I mean, just way too many turnovers in that one. If you can't protect the ball, you can't expect to win.
That's exactly right. Miscues drive a coach crazy. You're giving them more opportunities than you're giving yourself, and that's always problematic.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Out on the perimeter, Green and Gordon. Then it's Christian Wood. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's James in at power forward. Ball with the bucket. And Greg, when it comes to load management, why do we see more of it now than when you play?
Well, for me, the science of sport has evolved, and it's not just the athlete. It's the technology and the science that goes into making a better athlete. That's why you're seeing load management far more acceptable to the masses now, understanding that this is about the long game.
Baines for two.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. James against Ball. Pass to Schroeder. Here's Wood. Lays it up onto the glass.
We are talking about a very solid passer at his position. Schroeder identifying an open teammate.
Ball against Schroeder. Shoots a fader, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Baines has got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
Knocked away, stolen by Ball. And now Ball pushing it up. No one.
Oh, goodness gracious.
How about that finish?
Oof. Wow.
Now the Rockets with it. Here's James. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
And so it's Washington with it. There's Ball with the 3. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Green. James with it. He's picked up by James. James dishes to Gordon. Poked away. Out of bounds. Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession.
Houston ball.
Ball's checked in for Washington.
Now into the
Ball
lineup for
comes
Houston.
in for Michael Jordan. And then for Houston, Tate, he's checked in for Gordon. And Porter subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Baines with the block. James against Porter. James looking around. Ball with the bucket.
Assisted by.
Setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
James, the bounce pass. Poke loose.
Washington
and the whistle
foul.
blows. It's going to be on Aaron Baines.
First
That's his
personal
first
foul.
foul.
First team foul.
Five seconds left in the first quarter. And it's James missing.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And that does it for the first quarter. Washington out in front. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
Well, as a shooter, when the ball is sent back in your direction enough times, it can certainly have an impact on your mind.
We've got Ball. Ball out there with Ball. Then it's Aaron Baines. And it's James in at the four-man position. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Ball with the bucket.
And you can see that backcourt just setting the tone for the entire team. And great to see Wall beat a couple major injuries. Had to attack rehab twice. Doesn't always get enough credit for his dedication to the game.
Stolen by Ball. Drives to the hoop, and Ball slams it in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And it's the Rockets with the ball after the basket by Washington. Yep,
Kevin
that one
Porter.
goes. Porter's got his first basket. And for Wall, Greg, has his game changed at all now that he's into his 30s?
2 minutes remaining in the first
So
half.
much
2 minutes.
stronger now. Just as liable to go through you and around you. Better at varying the tempo and controlling the pace of the game.
Ball with the bucket.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who... A pretty dunk brings down the house.
Gracious. Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
Şengün passes to Porter. His shot is good,
Kevin
making him a
Porter.
perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. The Houston Rockets are rebuilding. That's a hard pivot for a team that until last season
Now into the
was
lineup for
pursuing
Houston.
titles. The new front office has been candid. It's presented challenges as they look to go young and stack up draft picks. They plan to make
Jayshawn
constant
Tate.
bets on unproven talent as they build toward the future. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And Washington making a change here. Williams has checked in. Ball finds Williams.
Yo!
6 on the shot clock.
Hey, we need a shot! We need a shot!
And slammed in by Williams.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Rockets trail by 11. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. That's tipped. Here's Porter. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
Rockets ball.
And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
Yeah, sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Substitution for the Rockets.
Gordon jumps in for
Wood.
Tate.
Eric Gordon.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And here we go. Washington fast break. Ball's running. Here's Baines. James left side.
Ball
And
is
out of
turned
bounds
over.
as the Rockets gain
Houston
possession.
ball. Substitution for the Rockets. Dennis Schroeder.
Here's Christopher. Here's Wood. And that shot was up. And so it's Washington. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Draymond, of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
I mean, you just got to take advantage of mismatches. You know, most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. And I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Well, from Washington. And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
They wouldn't be ahead without the numbers they've gotten from the bench, providing major contributions, especially at the offensive end. It's taken a lot of pressure off their starters. What a luxury to have a second unit that can produce.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about Houston?
The energy on defense was disappointing. They were slow to rotate. Communication was bad. No effort. I mean, the intensity on that end of the floor, where it needs to be, was just not there.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And we see teams around the league trying to integrate star veterans with talented rookies. Greg, it's not always easy, is it?
Not at all, Kevin. And a lot of times it becomes a choice between win now or win later. Though the team with great coaching and development can oftentimes do both.
So on the floor for Houston. Out on the perimeter, Green and Gordon. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Christian Wood. And it's James in at the power forward position. The putback.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. And so James will bring it up for the Rockets. Down by 15. Outside Gordon. They get a hand on it. Out of bounds. Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession.
Rockets ball.
Knocked loose. Williams with the steal. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball. Jordan, he's checked in for Williams.
Michael Jordan.
Rockets trail by 15.
You got him!
Second half just
2
getting
minutes
started. About a
remaining in
minute
the third. 2 minutes.
From deep three-point range, got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Houston takes
Rockets
possession.
ball.
Greg, you were just talking about Oladipo. He holds a very high standard for himself.
Yeah, he's trying to reach another level every year. Wants to keep growing, making everything more consistent. And it's possible we still haven't seen the best of him yet.
Ball's knocked loose, and so it's Houston with it. Ball with it, and it's Gordon picking him up all alone. Floats it up for James.
Assisted.
Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And the layup falls. James has got 4 points in the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Rockets trail by 19, and Houston calls their
Timeout
first time
charge
out
to
of the game.
Houston.
And looking to stop this run and get back on track.
Really needs to settle his guys down right now and get them refocused.
It's T-shirt bonanza. Make some noise.
Kicks it out to James to stop the run. He takes it up and lays it in. James has got 6.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
James against James.
Houston foul
James.
Double teaming him is the only thing that's going to pull him off at this point. He is on a roll.
Shooting for Washington.
And coming up, Montrezl
One
Harrell
shot.
said he patterned his game after the All-Star Zach Randolph. Zebo was undersized on paper but was strong as an ox and found angles to finish.
Martin's checked in for the Rockets. Porter comes in for Dennis Schroeder. Rockets trail by 19. Porter passes to Tate. Back to Porter. There's 42 seconds left in the third. And again, Washington running the court in transition. Here's James, and there's the pass to Baines.
Don't let Jordan shoot that.
Jordan against Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Come get it.
A nice shot by Jordan.
And there it is again. They get careless with the basketball, and immediately it costs them.
Jordan against Green. Passes it to Şengün. Back to Green. Knocks it loose. Here's Şengün. Near the three-point line, it's Porter. And so it's Washington, sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. Back right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Here's Christopher. They've got Michael Jordan. He's out there with Ball. Ball out there with Aaron Baines. And it's James in at the 4. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. The drive by Jordan, and it's Jordan with the jam.
Yeah, just forcing the issue offensively. The great thing about Jordan, he does it while staying under control.
And stolen by Jordan. There's the drive. Oh!
You won't find a much more entertaining sight. I'd call that slam dunk contest level.
Take another look at the staunch defense during that Mobile 1 block.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
And it's Jordan with the jam.
If you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
2 minutes remaining in
At
the
the
game.
end of the
2
day,
minutes.
though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And a chance now to catch up on some numbers. The hustle stats for Washington.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a
Called
result
on
of that
Kevin
aggressiveness.
Porter.
Yeah, and
First
something else that
personal
served
foul.
them well are all
First
the
team foul.
turnovers they've caused and the points that have
Shooting
come
for
along with
Washington,
those.
Michael Jordan. At the line.
Jordan no good on the free throw. Greg, last season, we saw a lot of opinions about the play-in tournament, especially from players.
Ball
Where did
is
you
turned
fall
over.
on that thinking?
The ball goes to
I'm going to put
Houston.
on my fan hat right now, Kevin, and I thought it was exciting. I mean, seeing the stakes get raised for those teams that are right on the edge, I think it brings more interest for teams. But if I was still playing, I probably wouldn't like it if I had locked up the playoffs and still had to go play to earn a berth.
And it's Washington's ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. And it's Jordan with the jam.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
And stolen by Jordan. Passes to Baines. Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Washington.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And the wins continue to come in fairly easy for these guys in what's been a very strong year, to say the least. Tonight will push them up to 56 wins.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off. I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was.
For Michael Jordan.
I think his steals tell the story. This guy was a disruptive force, and I don't think you can underestimate how important it is for a team to have someone in that role.
Here's Baines. Ball with the bucket.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Christopher. He's covered by Ball. Stolen by Ball. Kicks the ball. It's tipped. Tipped away. And stolen by James. Count it.
Well, the size advantage playing a big part there, just calmly rises